Hello and welcome to Hobby Vlog number 154. Now, as I said last week, this week has been slightly truncated. I'm actually recording this on Thursday night and we'll be editing tomorrow to I'll publish it on Sunday, obviously, because I'm having to travel, unfortunately, for a funeral, so I'm not going to be around. I'm flying out on Saturday and I won't be around much next week at all either, so it'll be a very short week for me next week, but I will try and get some hobbying done so that there is something for the vlog. It's been a good week. I've spent as much time as possible hobbying with Rosie as I can, and I'm actually hoping to get some more time in tomorrow to hobby with her, but I don't know that that'll happen. But if it doesn't have to wait because they're going away as well. So it's going to be a bit of an odd couple of weeks for me, travelling a lot and then not having Andrew and Rosie around when I get back is going to be a bit strange. But I have managed to get some hobbying done as well as working with Rosie and doing stuff with Rosie. So yeah, there's a little bit of a video for you here. I really hope you enjoy the video. Please do let me know in the comments below. Do drop a comment. I do love them. They really inspire me. It's the most important thing to me is those comments. Views, yeah, whatever. But the community and the people that comment really put a smile on my face. So if you have time, do that. Otherwise, I'll stop rambling now. And I really do hope that you enjoy the video. And thank you for watching. All right, so I'm hoping now, in a very short while, in real life, in a very short while, to get some time with Rosie to do some hobbying. So what I'm going to do now is going to do the sharp cutting, the knife stuff, which I don't want to do with her around. And then what we'll do, me and her, next thing will be on camera after this, we're going to do some modelling compound. We're going to build the up all around the base and just get that smeared out and done right, and then we'll get on with doing the rest of it. Now, this is a little bit odd, because it's only part of a castle, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to cut quite a steep line here, I realise, because we've got ourselves a little bit of a drawbridge, so I'm going to cut it down quite steep around here, as if that's where the moat is, and then I'm going to leave it quite open at the back, and I'm going to go quite wide around here because I might end up building some more towers with her, some more walls with her, just to go right the way back to a square, and then when I do the other one we can then even butt them up. So that's my thinking. So I'm going to get the knife out. I've just got my sharp knife and I'm just going to shave this away and turn it into the shape I want. I'll probably put some music on while I'm doing this because I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do it, so it might take a second. And then next clip will be hopefully me and her working on the modelling compound. Some modelling compound mixed, and you're going to help me with it, aren't you, love? Yeah. So let's actually move you a little bit over. Hop off a second. A little bit closer. There we are. There we are. Right. So what we want to do is we want to put this here, all down on where the green is. So you get a handful and slap it down. It will wash your hands afterwards.
I don't want to do it.
No, I thought you said you did.
I do want.
No, I don't know. Well, if you don't want to do it, then I need to use this material up anyway. So I'll show you how it's done. So what you do is you take your handful and you drop it down and you push it around. Give it a go. Give it a go.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. If you don't want to do it this time, you don't have to do it, love, as you know. But I need to at least use the material that I mixed, so I don't waste it. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to have a really nice texture. It's going to look really good once we paint it and then we flock it. You know, your favourite bit.
Mine.
Go on then, you take that. Spread it around. Oh, well done. There we are. Very good. Perfect, there we are. Do you want me to mix some more up so you can do a bit more?
No.
Or is that enough of you for getting dirty? You don't really like getting dirty, do you, love? Don't know where you get that from. Right, so seems like I'm going to be doing most of the modelling compound, but that's cool. The next thing that we'll do together then, love, is we need to extend the walls a little bit. What I've decided I am going to do is I'm going to extend the walls from here down to the end on both sides. So we'll get some cardboard and we'll cut it out and we'll stick it in place, and you can do that together, okay, Roo? Does that sound good?
Yes.
Right.
You've got in my way.
I didn't get in your way. There we are. So this is, we're going to need to make lots more modelling compound and spread it all out.
That's one that I did.
That is the bit that you did. Very well done.
I did mine.
You did a little bit, yeah. I'll do the rest though, yeah? If you don't want to do the modelling compound, that's fine. I know you don't like getting dirty. I just thought maybe you might want to do this one this time.
I don't want to do that more.
Do you want me to mix some more up now? Yeah, I can do. Or do you want to do something different?
A little bit.
Do you want me to mix up something different? Do you want to do something different, or do you want me to mix up some more now?
Wait a bit, so I'll do more now.
Okay, well I'll wash my hands and I'll mix some more up, and then you can do the next bit. Okay, so Rosie decided after I mixed up some more that she didn't want to do it. So I'm just going to finish it off. I've also drawn off a little bit of a mark here, which is where our custom wall will go, and I'll get Rosie to help me with that for sure. But I'm just going to fill in this, make use of the material that I've mixed up. Looks like I'm going to be doing all the modelling compound, but that's okay. She's not a big fan of getting this kind of goopy stuff all over her. You going to come and have a look, Roo? She's still here. You going to get involved?
Not just a little.
Well, okay, you get a little bit and put it here.
Wait
You
a
scoop some out and put some there. That's it. Good girl.
I don't want to.
Okay, don't then. You don't have to, love. Do what you want to do. Hobby is for fun. Right, so next time we will do the wall together. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe later today, we'll see.
Are you finished?
Nearly. Very nearly. Several months back I ordered this, the Longer 3D printer, it's a large one. Troy from Facility D20 did a video when they look really good. They're a really good price. So I've been waiting until I had the space here, which is in the games room, to put it up, because I don't have space down in my printing area, because I wasn't planning on 2 FDMs. My other FDM printer is still out of action after I managed to clog the hot end, and I've not found time, or made time more to the point, to fix it. But I'm going to get this out. I've got a space here. This is going to have a printer, and I'm also going to use this area for a little bit of a voiceover area. I've got a microphone just out of shot over here as well. So this is going to be a little corner, just temporary as well. Probably only be for a couple of years it'll be here, but it's a good place for it. So I'm going to get this opened up and have a look and see what's inside, get it assembled, and then hopefully get some successful prints out of it. We shall see. So I'll get the box opened and we'll have a look and see what's in there. Okay, so once again we're going to be assembling this. Hopefully it won't be as difficult as the other one, as the Prusa. It's come very nicely packed, as you can see, and it's got a fold out sheet here with how many steps? 6, 7 steps. So yeah, I'm probably going to record all of the assembly. The first thing I'm going to do is take things out, just have a look, make sure I've got everything I need to do. It's got a really nice clear packing list showing what everything is. So I'm going to first of all do that and make sure I've got everything. I haven't got all that much time right now to start assembling it, but I would really like to try and get this assembled and working this week, because I'm away next week, and it'd be nice to know that this is here, because I still have not yet managed to print Rosie's replacement fairy house for outside after the resin one just disintegrated over 2 years. I did hope the Prusa would. I need to fix the Prusa, but if I can get this built, then that will take the pressure off fixing the Prusa, which is stressing me out a bit. It's one of my problems. So yeah, then I'll be able to do that for Rosie, which is very important. So I'm going to put everything out, put it all organised on this table, and then hopefully be able to assemble it at some point later today, or during today and tomorrow. So let's see what it looks like when it's all pulled out. Alright, so I'm just working on the extension of the walls for the castle I'm making with Rosie here, and you can see I've done one. So basically 21 centimeters to the top, and I measured out how long it was to the edge of the wall of the to the edge of the board, and then each of the crenellations is just 1 centimeter square. So I drew a line, put some dots, and I've just cut them out. I'm using a sharp knife, sitting watching some YouTube. I've done one of them, and I'm now about to do the second one. So yeah, it's not taking too long, and once this is done, then I will glue it down with Rosie. So that'll be our hobby for tomorrow. But yeah, it's going quite nicely. Just also thought it shows just how easy it would be for you to make this without the kit. So just get some cardboard, cut some crenellations in, cut some doors in it, stick it down to a base, and you've got yourself a castle. Really, really, really easy. Anyway, going to carry on, and I will bring Rosie. Hopefully she'll be well enough to do some hobbying tomorrow. She's still a bit sick. But hopefully we'll be able to get this done a little bit tomorrow, and then I can finish off all of the modelling compound. I decided not to turn the camera on while I'm assembling this, and I'm pretty pleased I did, because it's been a bit of a pain. Mainly because this little golden screw thing here wasn't installed, and that took me a long time to work out. It should have come installed, and it wasn't. So I've managed to get to step 3, which is attaching the gantry to the base, and that wasn't easy either. So, but it's getting late now. I'm going to stop now and hopefully finish it tomorrow. I have made use of a video. I did a bit of a search for on YouTube and found a very, very good video, though his kit did come with this part attached. But I'm watching him and hopefully not making any mistakes, though I wouldn't guarantee that's the case. So I'll try to remember to link to that video here as well, just so that you can use it if you want to, and also so that I don't lose it. So yeah, it's just been a really difficult thing. The instructions are not clear. They look pretty, but they're pretty useless. They don't really give you a 3D view, so you're guessing largely sometimes as to which direction things should go and what way round things should be. And I'm not looking forward to attaching the connecting the wires together, because they are labelled, but it doesn't really say very much about the wires. But that's going to be something for tomorrow. Anyway, making a start. I've moved it onto the table that isn't in the corner as well, which was a good idea. But yeah, we'll see. Onwards and upwards. Hopefully tomorrow I'll report back that I've managed to get it at least printing something. When I got it made, actually it was quite easy. The biggest pain was the fact, like I say, that part just wasn't where it should have been, and that took me ages to work out, because I was trying to see what was going wrong and I couldn't see it, and that wasted a lot of my time. But once I got past that, the rest of it was pretty good. I'm not sure whether I get time to turn this on before I have to go away or not. I'll try to, and see if I can get a test print. It would be nice to know that it's working, but I'm not panicking particularly. I'm just glad that it's up and that this space is looking so nice. For a little, as I said in the last clip, I've got a little voiceover. I'm going to have my little voiceover area here, as well as the printer going. So yeah, just happy to have got it out of its box, frankly. So yeah, not horrendous to put together, apart from the fact that that part was not where it should have been. I did have to adjust the rollers. That was a bit of a job, and I mentioned in the previous clip the video that I watched. Thanks to that video I knew to do that, because it doesn't say it in the instructions, so do check those. Well, watch that other video, don't worry about mine. Watch that other video if you've got one of these, and it'll tell you all the things you need to know when you're assembling this kit. So yeah, pretty cool, very happy. Hopefully get some prints going on this at some point relatively soon. I have stared and thought and thought and stared and stared and thought of this for long enough. I need to just get started. So my original plan was to have this right off the air, in the air like this, and to suspend it in some way, and that's just silly, and I'm not going to do it. What I decided to do is basically set it down so that this is on the ground and this is supported, and that I have a pole here that will which will drill into the base, and that hopefully will be enough to support it. And if it ends up not being enough, then I'll have to do something nonsense under here with some wire or something to support the front. But I'm hoping that with some strong glue on this and here, which I can then paint, and then a bit of a support coming out with a bit of with this dowel, which will stick into the engine at the back, that it should be okay. So What I'm going to do is I'm going to work out how far I need to cut this, so where I need to cut this, snip it off, then glue it into the engine, and then have a look at sticking this first piece in place, because once this is in place I can position the rest of the models around it, because they will be, this is obviously the main thing. So I'm making a bit of a pig's ear of this, but basically I'm going to want to cut it around there, so I can do that with snips, and if that doesn't work I've got a little saw, but I'll just quickly mark roughly where I want it to go. There we are. These are great scissors, absolutely fantastic. So what I can do now is slide that into the engine, bearing in mind of course that I'm going to drill a hole at an angle there for it to go into, but you can see that when it's held down here should be enough to hold the weight of the aircraft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my drill, and drill a hole there, glue this in place in the hole first, and then slot the aircraft onto it. So I'll drill, bring it back after I've drilled, do the gluing. When that's dried we'll see how well we can support this aircraft. I think I'm happy with roughly that location, because then what we'll do is we'll position the other ships, so this one here and the other ships, we can position those with wire and then move on. So yeah, happy to finally be doing something on this. I honestly have just sat and stared at it, and I was trying to work out how to lift this higher off. So lift it up like 2 or 3 inches, 10 centimeters. It's just not going to work. So move on, and I'm happy enough with how it looks like this, I think. Other things to say, I've got foam, fluff. I'm going to paint that fluff orange, and then I'm going to glue that fluff in place down this stick. So the stick will look like it's basically the engine firing, and I'm also going to use the same fluff to hide the glue that's going to be here as well, and also I might put some more sticks coming out the back here with more fluff on, so that that will also help. So there is actually an option potentially that which can go in there could be glued down over here and give it a little bit more stability as well. So having said that, that made me realise I can do the drilling, but I really need to paint and put the fluff onto this before I stick it in place, otherwise it's going to be really hard to paint. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to prime this black and then paint it orange, paint lots of this fluff orange, glue it in place, and then I'll drill it in and fix it. So I'll bring it back once I've got that all painted. Right, so now we're back, and what we're going to try to do is stick these walls in place. So basically one's going to go here and one is going to go on the other side. So we've been on a bit of a natter and we're not sure how we're going to do this, but I'm going to try an idea, and if it works, great, and if it doesn't work, then we'll try another idea. So what we're going to do, Rosie, is we're going to tear some masking tape, and we're going to put one on that side. Wait for it, don't press it down, don't press it down just yet. It's folded up for a reason, like that. And then on this side, we're going to put more masking tape. So let's get that done. Because we need to stick it to the base and also to the tower. And sticking it to the tower is going to be the hard bit, which we're not going to do now. What we're going to do is this. So I'm going to press that up against the tower where I want it to go, and then use the masking tape to hold it in place, which, because of how I'm pointing the camera, you can't see. So let me just point the camera down a bit. So put the masking tape there, and then the masking tape there. Doing a bad job here. Hopefully the one which we do together will be better. But yeah, the idea is to basically just hold it in place with the masking tape like that. Look, there we are. So that's standing up now, you see, Rosie. So what we need to do now, if I move the camera again, is for you to help me out and do basically the same thing. So what we're going to do, Rosie's got a terrible cough. It's a horrible cough, isn't it, love? You've got a horrible cough. Oh, and that fell over. And that's not ideal. So what I'm going to do actually is just hold it up as well with a right angle. And what I'll do is I'll get another one of these for us over this side. Right, so what I need you to do, Roo, is tear that. There we are. Oh, no, that went a little bit violent. Let me do the tearing and you can do the pressing. So if you can press that down there, like that.
Oh.
No, that's fine. Just press it there. That's okay. And do another one. So I'll tear another one out for you. Okay. And put that here. If you press that down there, that's it. And we'll turn it over. And I'll tell you another one. And we want it to go there. So if you press that there, you really are struggling with that throat, aren't you, my love?
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be all better soon. You are on the mend. Right, so now what I want you to do is press that down on there. That's it. And the same up there. And I'll do this one. Press it really hard. And then what we'll do is we'll hold it up. I've done that not very well. There we are, that's better. And we'll hold it up with our 90-degree angles. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try to see whether we can't stick this in place. So I will come back to this when I've worked out how that's going to go. So we've got our two walls there. These will be held in place with modelling compound, which I will do after this, because Rosie doesn't like doing the modelling compound. And then we're going to have to work out how to actually attach the walls to the towers. But I think I've got an idea for that as well. So we'll get to that. So what do you say, Ruru? What do you say? Bye-bye. Good girl. So Rosie's still here, and she might help me with this step after all, because what I'm going to do is I've mixed up some modelling compound, and I'm just going to build it up either side of the walls. Rosie's gone off to sit on the sofa, which is cool. So I'm building up on either side of the walls, so that when that dries, this will be perfectly in position, which is obviously the aim of this whole exercise, is to have a wall that looks good. So do that, push that right up, might get a bigger one, and then yeah, so like that. So I will keep doing that. I will build up the compound on both sides, on both walls, and then when that's dried, we will have walls that we can then try to tie into the towers. Well, I had a few people saying that they would like to see the painting process that I'm going through for the Canberra. So I just got to getting the top coat, the coat on the top one. So what I have here is AK Interactive Camouflage, RAF Camouflage Beige Hemp, which is the perfect paint according to my instructions, and I'm going to go with those. This is the version 2 of the Red Grass Wet palette, and I must admit I'm absolutely loving it. So anyway, so I'll use a larger brush. This is an Army Painter one, Wargamer Regiment brush. For this sort of thing I use a larger brush. And I've got a pot of water just out of sight here, just there, which I use to keep my brush nice and moist. And what I do, the way I paint it, very simply, is as they say, 2 thin coats, but just taking it easy. I keep my brush quite regularly in the water. Can sometimes cause problems with bubbles, as I've got there, but they work out over time because I'm never in a rush. And I'll just try to put as smooth a coat over as possible as I can. This will be much easier with an airbrush, but yeah, I fail hard at airbrushing. Still, I haven't tried really for about a year now. Maybe that should be my challenge for next year. What do you reckon? Actually get the airbrush working. I'd like to. I spent a lot of money on it, and I think it would make this sort of thing super easy, not take half as much time. But then, this isn't a race, is it? And I get an okay result in the end. Anyway, I'm not going to film too much of this because it's just going to be very much like what you're seeing here. The main things, if you're interested in my technique, is the wet palette, and I also do, as you can see, very regularly make the thin the paint just with water on the brush, which helps me to get a nice smooth finish when I'm trying to do such large areas with the brush. And I will probably end up doing 2 coats because that will make it a much nicer finish as well. But yeah, there we are, that's me painting. And I actually just want to say that thank you to whoever it was that did say they wanted to see this, because probably this evening I wouldn't be painting this if I wasn't thinking, you know what, I should get a clip for the vlog of me doing this. So thank you. Anyway, onwards. I will get this done and then bring you along for the next step, which will probably be undercarriage and then transfers. Because there's not all that, there's not many different colours on this. There's the top, the bottom, and a couple of little bits of detail, but not much else than that. So this is actually nearly finished, which is awesome. Anyway, enough rambling. I'll get back onto this now. So this is my 3rd attempt to record this, so you don't get to enjoy watching me take the single-use plastic off. Battery on my microphone kept dying on me and I didn't realise. But anyway, I had some deliveries. This is Hamlet, the village building game, which was a really cool little theme, and I picked it up and it arrived really, really quickly, much quicker than most things that I've ordered on there, which is pretty cool. So the concept is that you're making a hamlet, which is a town that has no church, and the end game is that you build the church and then you can name the hamlet, and that's how you win. I didn't know until I opened this that it has solo rules, which is really cool. So I might be able to get some of this actually filmed and get something on camera once I've played it a bit, tell you all about it. But for now, we'll just do a quick unboxing to show you what's in there. So you get a really nice little cloth bag to put all of the stuff in. I was hoping that this would be good for Rosie, but I think these bits are a little bit small still, so we'll have to wait a few years before she'll be old enough to play around with meeples like that. It does come with some real metal coins, which is pretty cool, and I won't get all of these out, but you've got a load of tiles like this, so they tessellate, but they're all odd shapes, so they're not all the same shape, so you end up with a really strange, or no, it's not always going to be the same shape, it's always going to look the same, so you end up with a real varied village. These are just single-sided or double-sided cards, but just single depth card stock, and there is a 3D church that you can build, which is really, really cool. So anyway, pretty pleased that this arrived so fast. As I've said, it was a very, very quick from when I ordered it to when it arrived. And the other thing that made me chuckle is I almost got the final one. 12,883 of 13,000. So close to getting the coolest number. I wonder who did. Anyway, that's one thing that arrived. Let me show you the other thing. So the other thing to arrive this week was this expansion for the One Ring and role-playing game, and also a couple of dice. They made a mistake apparently in the first set of dice, so they just sent out some replacements, which is pretty cool. I've already done the sniff test. I'll do it again, pretend I'm surprised, but I can tell you what, I'm not massively impressed, but I've got to do it on camera, haven't I? No, it's not great. It's not a great sniff, unfortunately. But this has a load of different areas and a load of different races and like stat lines and what have you, Black Numenorians, Easterlings and what have you. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I do love these books. I'm a big sucker for beautiful books. This will go on the shelf now, unfortunately, probably won't be used for a while, but I would love to get a game. I actually was invited to and should have been in a game of this, but it was running at like 5 in the morning, and at the time I was well overwhelmed with things and just couldn't get round to it. Bit sad about that. Maybe there'll be another opportunity. But yeah, so that's what's arrived this week. Pretty cool. I'm going to go put that on the shelf now. Well, there we are. That was the week that was. It's now Friday. I haven't actually managed to get any hobbying done today at all, which is a shame. The good news is Rosie was well enough to go back to school today, but that doesn't mean that I didn't get time to hobby with her either. So that's going to have to wait a couple of weeks now until they're back from Ireland. But thank you very much for watching. I will publish this on Sunday. I really hope that you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below if you did. I did publish, as I'm speaking now, yesterday, a quick video about Anthems of War. Go and check that out and go and buy your copy. Don't hesitate to get it today because, yeah, brilliant war game, brilliant rule set, and Ryan deserves the success. So go and check it out and see what you think. I will look forward to reading your comments, and I'll wrap up this video by saying at the moment, as I always do, any of you are directly or indirectly impacted by the horrific war in Ukraine, then my thoughts do go out to you. And to everyone, please do stay healthy, stay safe, and stay well.